Okay, so we are live now. So, a very good afternoon to all our viewers, followers, and everybody else out there. Welcome to our new amazing web series directed by St. Edmund School, Malvanagar. Are you confused what it is? Well, I'll explain you what it exactly is. So many of our students are doing really well in their careers and we are very proud of them. And we are also curious to know about how they reached where they are. So our series consists of 3 episodes of wherein we'll be inviting a guest in each episode and have a chit chat session with them. So our web series will be called not Coffee with Karan, but Career Over Coffee. Sounds interesting, right? So, since it's a virtual session, I cannot offer you coffee, but I have asked my co host and the guest to get coffee for themselves. So, cheers, guys. Cheers to Career Over Coffee. Cheers to the first episode of Career Over Coffee. So, I am Ayushi Sharma, a teacher of St. Edmund School, and this is Tushar Soni. Hi,
Hi
Tushar.
everyone.
And he is representing the students of St. Edmund School. And we both welcome you all to the first episode of Career Over Coffee. And I would now like to introduce the guest of honor, the guest for today, Juhi Tiwari. Juhi is alumnus of our school. Hi, Juhi.
Hello everyone.
Okay. So, Juhi, welcome to our show. Juhi was a school topper of our school. If
Thank
let's tell you all, yeah. So Juhi was the school topper, and she recently got selected in Microsoft. That's great. Congratulations, Juhi.
thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. So, how do you feel being live on your own school Facebook page today?
It simply feels awesome, able to make your teachers proud and tell them that whatever belief they had in me, it ultimately paid something. And thank you so much for being such a big part in my life.
Okay. We are also proud of you, Juhi. It feels great to see our students succeed in life and do so good. Okay. So, without any further delay, let's kickstart our engines and move ahead. So, Juhi, we are going to ask you some questions related to your life and your career. Are you ready?
Yeah, totally.
Are you excited?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we all are excited. Over to you, Tushar. You can start asking questions and we'll uh, ask
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
anything and everything that you want to ask.
Yes, ma'am. So, Juhi, my first question is like, what did you do differently to reach here?
So apart from, all those qualities that people say are needed to be successful, one thing was that I never tried to fit in either school or in college. So what happened was it made me a bit of a loner, but at the same time gave me a small yet very close friend circle. So it made me independent and I never had to suffer from those FOMOs. So also I was never harsh on myself. So if for anytime I made any mistake, and but I wasn't even ignorant about them. So I gracefully acknowledged my mistakes as they were a big part of my self discovery, which is again a process in continuation. Another thing I tried was to not judge people and help whosoever came for my help, whether it was in school or in college. So I mentored juniors in college, helped my classmates, and that in turn helped me in understanding myself and my faults, whether it was in my studies or in my behavior.
That's quite a
Okay.
generic and genuine answer. Nice.
Yeah, it was indeed. Otherwise, all have this, preconceived notion that okay, if she's a
Yeah,
topper, she won't talk to us. She won't talk to the backbenchers. She won't help us. So that's how we,
yeah.
conceive about the toppers. But that is what makes you different, Julie. Nice, it's great. Okay, so it's my turn to ask a question now. So, being a teacher, I want to know what was the role of your teachers in your life, in your journey.
So the person that I am today, its seeds were definitely sown by my teachers. Uh, I was always the topper from the beginning. The student who took their parents to every teacher in their PTM meets to hear all the nice things about themselves. But at the same time, they did not let me get this all in my head. So if I flunked a test, they were my best critics as well as motivators. They believed in me so much that that amount of belief I didn't even have in myself. So I didn't take any high-end coaching classes in plus two for my JE mains and advance as the rest of my classmates did, but my teachers had so much belief in me that it still astonishes me. I remember Chaturvedi sir went out of his way to help me prepare for JE. Kailash sir, Tripathi sir, Mahendra sir, Shukla ma'am, Rajshri ma'am, Disha ma'am, Harsh ma'am. I can't even take everyone's name. It's such a huge list. I'm sorry if your name I didn't take. But just remember that, every teacher made me fall in love with their subject. So as a result, I never had a favorite subject in class. I studied in admins for around 6 years, and in those 6 years, I must have had 100% attendance in 3 4 years. The only times I didn't have when I suffered from some serious illness. So that's how much I loved going to school. Even if my friends were not there, I would come to school because I loved so much being in their presence. So yeah, whatever I am, it has to be due to my teachers, every one of them.
Yeah, so
Okay,
like
so I
teachers are
thank
God and
you.
friends for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm thanking you all from on behalf of all the teachers. You can see there in the comment section also.
yeah.
There are so many comments from our viewers. I also request the viewers, if you have any questions in your mind, you can definitely ask Juhi, and we'll be answering. Juhi will be answering. And Juhi, thank you for from all the teachers for the words that you said right now. And see, such good students make good teachers. That is
Yeah.
there. So we are very proud. Okay, so
So the next question is like, what is your current job profile?
Tushar was
Uh,
always very curious to know what is her job profile. He's in 11th standard right now, but he's dreaming about job, Microsoft, and things like that.
So I'm actually studying information technology from Triple IT Gwalior. So in my pre-final year, I interned at Microsoft as a software engineering intern. So in particular, I worked with the DSRE team. Now DSRE is mainly responsible for cybersecurity and risk engineering in Microsoft. At the end of my internship, I got a PPO, which stands for pre-placement offer. So my internship was converted into a full-time software engineering role. So this summer, I'll be hopefully joining the team back. So I'll be taking care of all the cybersecurity and risk engineering things at
That's
Microsoft.
quite huge. I mean, to be a software developer intern at such a reputed company like Microsoft, I
Okay,
mean, that's
so
great.
we have some questions from the viewers. Okay, Hari Prasad Meena, he's asking, how do you concentrate? That must be a question from many students.
Yeah.
For me personally, I feel that I have a very long span, longer attention span. So I really do not get distracted very easily. It happened to me since childhood, so I'm lucky to have that. Apart from that, I always like to, schedule things, maintain to-do lists. So I have my head clear what all are my tasks for today, for the coming month, for the coming week, and so that helps me get my workspace clear. So that's one of the reasons I can concentrate very well.
Okay, so Hari Prasad Meena, I hope you got your answer. So one more question we have from Dhruv Budhwani. Which degree do you have, Juhi?
So I'm studying a BTech plus MTech integrated postgraduate in the field of information technology.
Okay. One more question. So we are loaded with overloaded with comments. So we'll get back to all the comments. Okay, last for this one. Dhruv Budhwani again. I am in ninth standard. Should I start computer programming right now?
So, Dhruv, I'd like to share that I had been into computer programming since sixth standard. You can ask my computer teachers, like if they gave a problem statement, like uh, a simple problem statement, like write a code for adding two numbers. So in my computer lab, everyone was writing a code for adding two numbers. I would try to make a calculator itself, write a function that can do anything with any operator.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you really love it, I guess you should go for it. Do pay attention on your studies, but yes, take it as a hobby. You can always learn it.
Okay, Dhruv, I hope you got your answer. Okay, so coming back to the conversation again. So we all know that success does not come so easily. There's a lot of planning, hard work, and mistakes behind every success. So what mistakes have you made along the way?
Okay, so if I had to really start from the beginning, a very naive mistake that I made was during my school years. I never paid attention to my physical health. I was a person who dreaded the games period, that student who didn't like games period. So it definitely took some toll on my physical health during my college years, but I've gradually started taking care of that. So anywhere, anyone out there who doesn't like games period, it's okay. Just have some exercise. You will not regret it in the future. Going ahead, I used to get anxious about the future. If I was giving my best to whether I'm worthy, I had so many self doubts. Time and again, I used to suffer from imposter syndrome. Software engineers do suffer from imposter syndrome, and even now, sometimes I do. So, slowly I realized that being anxious about the future is just going to take a toll on me and nothing else. So if I work hard, things will eventually fall in their place. So just believe in yourself.
Okay, so to all the viewers, as Juhi told, pay attention to your health. That is also very important. So, you should start doing meditation and yoga. The
Yeah,
students of St. Edmunds, I'm sure they know we had this
yeah,
global exposure program
we
where
did
we
that.
focused so much on yoga and meditation. Tushar knows it. He was also a
Yes,
part of it.
we did it
Yeah,
for a week. Then
you
it
should
became a
definitely
routine.
introduce yoga and meditation into your daily routine. Okay. So, Juhi, we have one more question from Neha Sabarwal Bhatia, ma'am. My child is in class third. She writes program in Logo. What do you think child go for programming courses?
Ma'am, this is my personal opinion. I really don't think that you should be going for any programming courses. The internet out there has so many free resources. If somebody wants to learn anything, everything is out there on the internet. From basic third standard level things to even PhD level things. Everything is out there for free. So you shouldn't really pay for some courses. And as much as I think that your child is really good with programming, I think that class third is a stage where she should be focusing on studies, be playing with her classmates. Of course, as a hobby she can really learn computer programming, but let her do in a very structured and basic manner. You really shouldn't be going for any programming courses. Again, it is my personal opinion. You better know about your child, so you can see about it on the net also.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Juhi. Tushar, over to you again.
Okay. So I want to ask something about your college life. May I?
Yeah, sure.
How did you like save yourself from the bullies in the college? I
So
think
I'm
you were a bully yourself.
no, no.
No, I was kidding. I was kidding.
I'm I'm actually a very introvert, shy kind of person. Um, I was very fortunate that our college didn't have this, bullying and ragging kind of nature. In fact, I was more close to some of my seniors rather than my own classmates. Like, your seniors really help you with all the preparation, all the academic related stuff, even college related stuff. So, I lived in a hostel. So, I was really, really close with all my juniors, seniors, and my classmates. Being away from family, they become a family of your own in a strange city. So yeah.
So like really, what seriously helped you with your personality development? Because MNCs do test these while taking the interview.
So for my personal job profile, I had all these bunch of coding related interviews and not much into GD and all. But yes, some companies do take them. Having said that, it's very important that let's say they give you a question and you have to code it. You are really good coder, you code it really good on paper or on the computer, but you're not able to tell what is going in your mind, if your solution is really efficient or not. You're not able to communicate it with the interview. That does not help. Being a good people often undermine that software engineers shouldn't be good with their soft skills. All it matters is whether they can code or not, which is a very negative thing to think about. You have to be good with your soft skills as well. So what really helped me with my personality development was I always considered myself good with public speaking, so I would take part in all those oratory events. Even in college, taking part in all the club events, organizing fests and workshops and everything. So that made me come over the fear, my stage fear, and gave me the confidence to talking with large number of people on a stage. So yeah, taking part in oratory events.
Yeah, that's great advice. Again,
Yeah, for all the students, our students who keep hiding whenever we go for selecting them in some event, stop hiding and see that can again help you with your personality development and help you get a job maybe in Microsoft.
go face it.
Yeah. So life is full of adventures, and we all go through a roller coaster ride throughout our life. So did things always go as per your plan and exactly how you planned it, or there were some twists and turns in your journey?
Uh, so I'm someone who really likes to schedule their day, make to-do lists. But what really differentiates my to-do list is that I'm pretty sure that isn't going to work. My plans should be flexible, and it should mold according to the situations. So yeah, there were definitely many things that didn't went as I planned. So I in my plus two, I wanted to get into a very top ranked NIT or even an IIT, like every other kid dreams out there. There were interviews that I wasn't selected into, even if I gave my best. And there were contests and hackathons that I didn't win, even when I thought I deserved to win. So, yeah, definitely there was a scope of improvement in my preparation, but I would say that those days just weren't mine. You can have everything prepared, but some days your luck just doesn't support it. But in the end, it turned out just fine. I got selected into a very good triple IT that made me who I am. All those interviews that I didn't go through uh, taught me so much about my performance, and eventually I got selected into Microsoft, which I'm so grateful for. So yeah, these twists and turns comes in everyone's life, and you should be grateful, because at the end, what you become is more due to those twists and turns, because they pushed you out of your comfort zone.
They teach you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So behind every failure, there is a new thing that you learn.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jihi, we have another question from Hari Prasad Meena. What is your favorite subject?
And so as I said that, all my teachers were so great, I wasn't able to, pick out my favorite subject. If I really had to give a conventional answer, in my plus two, physics and maths became my favorite subject. But
Okay.
then again, every subject was my favorite.
Okay, so another question from Dhruv Budhwani. Do marks matter in life if we want to succeed?
Dhruv, the answer would be yes and no. I'm not someone who's going to say, give you examples of people who failed in their schools and colleges and succeeded in their life. But I'm also not someone who's going to say that you need to be the topper in the class. Uh, Marks do matter, in my case, my board percentage helped me determine the college that I got. CGPA in your college will help you determine whether you get shortlisted for a company or not. So, do maintain a healthy level of CGPA, a healthy level of percentage, but don't make it the whole purpose of your life. So there should be everything in moderation.
Okay. I hope Dhruv you
And
got the answer again. Okay. So another question coming up. How coding is important for sixth standard boy?
I really don't think coding is that important for any student, studying in sixth standard. You don't know what their passion is. You might want them to code for you the whole day, but they might be excellent dancers or singers. This is the time they should be exploring, right? So it isn't really important.
Okay.
I'll just give you an example. People in my class in college who didn't have any coding background, they came from rural backgrounds, since we were a government institute. So people came even from the rural backgrounds who hadn't even touched computers. They didn't even know how to start a computer. And now they are placed in big companies like Amazon. So, they didn't had the chance to code in their sixth standard, and they are doing just fine with their life. So, yeah.
Okay. So over to you,
so
Tushar.
So I think as you quoted, you have like planned your future and your career very well. So right now my question is, what are your plans for the next 5 years that are coming ahead?
So I really love the field that I'm going to work in. Programming and developing products give me so much joy. So I plan to excel in software engineering itself. Work on some really good problem statements and products. As a field is as such that you have to keep on learning as well as unlearning. So field of software engineering is such that new technologies and frameworks come every day, and what you know right now is going to become obsolete in a couple of years. So you need to keep on diversifying and evolving your skill sets. So that's what I
Updating.
will want to do.
Okay. Tushar, are you satisfied with the answer?
I
What
think
points?
I'm like really satisfied. I hope
Okay.
you do accomplish what you are thinking of.
Yeah, all the best, Juhi, for your 5 year plans and all other plans ahead in your life.
Thank you.
Okay, so we all have this preconceived notion that the students who are good in academics are always very serious and sincere, that kind of students. So, is that true in your case also, where you're always busy with your books or you participated in extracurricular activities as well? So, how were you as a student overall?
So I would say that I was a bookworm who liked participating in extracurriculars. So I loved reading books apart from my curriculum on astrophysics, history, novels. I'm a huge Potterhead. I love Agatha Christie's novels. As a student, I really loved the library. But I was never really into sports, music, or dance. But I think that I was good with public speaking. And, I would participate in every oratory event out there. I would take initiative and go give my names for giving speech on Independence Day and Republic Day on my own. So I like to maintain a healthy balance between these two sides of mine. So when I reached 11th, I shifted my entire focus on studies and not that much on extracurricular. But then when I reached college, I was again back at started participating in all these oratory events, hackathons, club works, organized workshops and fests. So and then again in my pre-final year, I shifted my focus to placement. So as a student, I would say that I was very clear-headed with my goals. I was very focused, and I would not get very distracted easily. I maintained a healthy balance between my books and extracurriculars.
Okay.
You're pretty
That,
balanced.
that is a very difficult thing to do, maintaining a balance. Because I myself, when I was a student, I used to get distracted so much, and always I used to run away from books, maybe. Tushar, is that the case with you?
No, ma'am. Not right now.
Not right now. Good.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we have so many comments from our teachers. Many teachers are commenting. They're enjoying this conversation. So I'll read out the comment from Dipen sir. Hi Juhi, loving this conversation. In the end, if you could answer this, what message you would give our students for a successful career? So in the end, you'll be answering this
Yeah,
for
sure.
Dipen sir. Okay. Okay, so we have a comment from Anjali Soni. Is it possible to get a job in Microsoft just after 12th class?
Manjali, as far as I know, a prerequisite in Microsoft, if you want to go off campus, is they ask you for a degree, at least a BTech in IT, CSC, or in related technical degrees, and they even have a CGPA criteria. So there might be a CGPA criteria of at least 7.5 for it. So if there is a way, I really don't know, but as far as my knowledge goes, you need to have a degree.
Okay,
And yes, college isn't a bar. It isn't necessary that you are from an IIT or an IT. A private college will also do well as long as you are really putting in the hard work.
okay. So Tushar,
So, what is your like biggest factor that helped you to be successful, and what are your like success habits that you follow?
success
So
habits. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think the biggest reason that I'm where I'm right now is due to the thing that I'm doing what I really love. So solving problems through coding is something that I'm really passionate about, and any amount of long hours that I put into don't really seem too long. And honestly, I can do it the whole day. So, the habit of studying that we talk about, it came intrinsically, and I never had to force myself. That being said, another thing was that I wasn't too carried away either by my achievements or, by my fallbacks that came along the way. Not every day was the same, and it was in my hand that I took one day at a time. Coming on to what my success habits, I'm someone who goes all in when doing something. So I used to be focused for a long period of time, which helped me a lot. I also love planning. I'm someone who's crazy about Excel sheets and scheduling my entire day, keeping a to-do list. So uh, making a to-do list of, let's say, what I need to do today, a personal to-do list, some high priority task, all those nerdy kind of stuff. Well, so that gave me immense satisfaction. Again, I'm someone who's very curious. So let's say, I'll take a technical example. Let's say I'm working on Google Docs and I want to, like, know how it works. So I'll go all in key how Google Docs was designed, how it was coded, how it works. And even in my school life, I used to go in the deeper part of things, deeper working of things. um, Another thing that I would like to add was that I'm an introvert, so being very talkative or a person with an outgoing personality, well, it was never my cup of tea. So that in turn helped me become a good listener and a good observer. So I would listen to people, learn about their life stories, and then derive my learnings from them.
That's
Okay.
overall great.
Huh. You
The
answered
success habit
very
is great.
professionally. You're already a professional. You're in fourth year right now, but you're
Yeah.
already a professional.
Thank you.
Okay. So we all know that time and tide wait for none. So nowadays we are all are running short of time with everything and anything and everything. Time management has seriously become a big challenge. So how do you plan your day and manage your time?
So I guess I covered this in my previous answers,
Yeah.
but again, you know, um, I every day I like to journal, my personal to-do list, some high priority tasks, work-related to-do list, and at the end of the day, I like to rate my day, like how many like things I did. Crossing the things from your to-do list, it gives me an immense satisfaction. So again, but while planning these things, I keep in mind that these have to be flexible. It has to be ready for the things that are going to come spontaneously during the day. Also, I'm not really a believer of overworking, people who put 18 hours of work. For me, 8 hours of work gives me more productivity than I have seen people putting 18 hours. So since I really like working like this, I make sure that I'm not procrastinating, I'm not putting off things for the very last moment. I really like to be on time. I don't like people who are late. So I really like to be on time.
Okay. That's nice.
So,
That is
yeah.
true. Very, very much true. Okay.
So you were a school topper with how many percentage? What is percentage?
So at the end of my 12th, I got 95.8%.
That's great. And your brother Gautivari also scored 88.80
Yeah,
in 12th board, right?
yeah.
So how do you guys like manage to do that?
So my brother and I are both very different kind of personalities. We are polar opposite. I'm a bookworm, nerdy kind of girl. He is more into all all those action movies and cartoons and stuff. But then again, he's a very hardworking person. One thing, a disadvantage of having a sister who's considered a topper is that people always, compare you with her. So
Yeah.
any achievement of yours is compared with my achievement. So yeah, it used to frustrate him at times, but he always was very proud of me. He is still very proud of me, and he puts in a lot more work than I put in myself because he wants people to, let uh, know that he is my brother and he's capable of doing what his sister did. So yeah,
Well, Tushar, I can tell you why they scored so much because they are Edmondites and they can do
Yes, ma'am.
anything. Yeah,
Seems reasonable.
they were a part of our school, so obviously they could do it. So, Juhi, how is Gaurav doing these days? He was also a very good student.
yeah, he's actually preparing for his JEE. It's on 26th Feb, his first attempt. So yeah, fingers crossed he'll do great.
Okay, great. Okay, so many of our teachers, parents, students are watching you live today. So, what is the best advice that you can give to our students to succeed in their careers? So, this is
So,
again question from me also and from Dipen sir as well.
mhm. So, my advice for you would be to seriously not take any advice from someone. Now, I don't mean to say that you don't listen to anyone. What I mean to say is listen to people's stories, their life stories, what they all had to go through, what they did to reach where they are. But then again, their life is not your life. So, the things that worked for them are maybe not going to work for you, but that's okay. You need to listen their life stories and derive your own learnings and observations from them. If I really had to give an advice in a conventional sense, I would say, everyone's success definition is different. I know this might not make sense for a student who's in school right now, but in the future it will make. So, somebody else's success and the things that they are achieving in their life shouldn't define your outlook in your life, right? For someone getting a job at Google, putting all those hours of work is definition of success. For someone it might be, staying with your parents in your hometown, having a good respectable job. And as long as both of these kinds of people are happy, they are successful. So whatever you do in your life, don't get swayed away, carried away by achievement of your friends, of your colleagues. As long as you're happy with your life, you're doing what you love, you are successful. So
Success is happiness, simply.
yeah.
Yeah, so the definition of success, anyways, is different for each and every person. It is not the same for all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so our teachers, parents, everybody is watching you. So we would love to have a message for our teachers and our parents from you.
So I do see some messages from teachers who taught
Yeah,
me
see you, we are
Tripartite
loaded
Swara
with
Mantra.
messages from teachers and parents.
Shalu ma'am, yeah, I remember all of you. You have been and always be a big part in my life. So, whatever person I am today, you have molded me to be what I'm today right now. So, I'm really, really grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Um, you know, uh, I owe my success to you all people. For the parents out there, thank you so much for joining us and listening to my life story. Uh, uh, I'll just say that please don't pressurize your kids. Your kids are doing just great. Let them do what they really love, and at the end of the day, everyone is going to make you proud. So yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from Hari Prasad Meena. Are you going to miss your school days or do you miss your school days?
I definitely do miss my school days. I miss my friends, and I would say that I was more punctual and more on schedule in my school days rather than I'm today. So as a child, I was very very serious. So I really love those days. I do miss them. All those functions and every event that I participated in, all those teachers. So yeah, I do miss them.
Okay, so we have another question, Dhruv from Dhruv. Why this stream has been given the name of name Coffee with Career? Okay, so Dhruv, I can answer that question for you. So we are not having a coffee with current kind of session. We are not in the entertainment industry. Since we are in the education industry and we are talking about the careers of for the careers of our students, and we are appreciating the achievements of Juhi. So that's why we have named it Career Over Coffee. So we are having coffee and also we are talking about how to succeed in your career and getting some tips from our topper student Juhi. Okay,
So
I
I think
think
that was all for today's episodes. Thank you all for tuning in.
okay, thank you, Juhi. It was a pleasure to have you here. And for all the audience out there, stay tuned for the upcoming next exciting episodes of Career Over Coffee with some new guests. So that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much all for joining. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your wishes for Juhi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.